when a family lives in a standard house, that is, it's an adequate house, but they have to pay so much of their income to rent that house or apartment, then they have a very serious problem because they can't meet their other basic human needs.
Western Maryland Interfaith Housing Development Corporation expands the 5 western counties of Maryland, beginning over at Carroll and extending down into Garrett County.
There are 30,000 families that do not have decent or affordable housing.
And one of the most difficult things for parents is not to be able to provide homes for their children.
We need to bring hope and comfort and security to these families.
As a program manager on Interfaith staff, people ask me all the time what kind of housing it is that we build. Is it new construction, rehab, single family, apartments, rental, or home ownership? Well, the answer is all of the above.
People of all ages are in great need of housing in our community. One of the projects that is underway in the city of Frederick is one of 2 housing projects for the elderly. This is the Broadway Street Apartments, which are being designed for older people that will meet their particular needs in the middle of the city and will provide opportunities for them to have housing that does not exceed a fair share of their income.
I would love to see more and more individual congregations endorse our work by inviting us to come and talk about it, by raising the issue with citizens to see that this is a staggering challenge for us in order to provide housing. When you don't have housing or shelter, you take away the very heart of a person's life and dignity.
Interfaith is a wonderful organization that has a rich history of what we have been able to accomplish through perseverance and a lot of support of community and volunteers and a very dedicated staff. So we really do a lot with very few people. We're very resourceful in how we get it done. I'm very proud of the fact that we keep our admin costs very low, and in the end, we turn out a great product for people that are truly in need.
Affordable housing is very difficult. These programs are really hard. They take a lot of different funding sources, and Interfaith just doesn't stop. They really want to be able to provide affordable housing to their community. They're such a dedicated organization with such dedicated staff. So they've gone through a lot of changes over the years, but one thing that hasn't changed is they always want to provide affordable housing for families.
I'm a believer in interfaith housing. I'm a believer in affordable housing. It is not an easy task, and the dedication and the persistence that I have seen in interfaith housing over the past 25 years has been remarkable.
If we talk about housing, I think from the perspective of comfort, security, you want a place to call home. And whether that's a rental apartment, whether it's a single room, an efficiency that you're running, or home ownership. But we all desire to have a place that we can call home, and it's ours, it's our safe haven.
The program, to me, attracts people that would not normally be able to purchase a home. If you were to look at my credit history or my finances, there's no way that I would have been approved for a standard mortgage. It's a good program for people to be given a chance, because if you go based on numbers, you're like, oh no, that's not going to work out, and I would never have been approved. But they look at everything as a whole and work with you and make your payments in such a way that you can get this dream, you can, you know, obtain a home.
If you're not taught and you're not shown something different, you'll usually probably stay the same. This is where IHA is huge on now, is that there's some training going on for folks in the community to get them to, you know, dream a little bit, think a little bit differently, and show them that, hey, you know what, this thing we call the American dream, it's still alive and well.
The other thing unique about Interfaith is we also own and manage our developments. So when we're in a community, we make a commitment to it. We're there not only for the people who live there, but for the community. So you don't have an absentee landlord that doesn't care about the vitality of the community and the product and the people that we are serving.
It is so important for so many different aspects of life that to have a place that you can go home to.
Homeownership is definitely the core of the American dream. It's really the backbone of a family. It's the place where you gather and where you feel safe and where you feel loved.
I got 3 daughters, 3 great daughters, and I couldn't imagine them not being able to come home or be in this place somewhere and them looking at me and going, Dad, what we doing? What we gonna do? You know, I would say if that ever happened, we could turn to an IHA and go, hey, you know what? We need some help. Can you help us? A house is important.
The work of interfaith housing in getting folks that never dreamed of home ownership, never dreamed of renting or leasing a nice apartment or home, they've made it a reality.
When you have a program like IHA that offers housing, shelter, I mean, think of all the things you get in a home. Not just you can get a shower, you can get some solitude, you can get some rest, all those things. I mean, think about the mental health piece of that that it adds to. Man, when you walk in your house, you go, I'm home.
I'm happier where I am, and I'm happier in the sense that I have something that's mine, and that, you know, I can put, you know, work into everything I do. I can see the fruits of all my labor.